From parts unknown, I'm Mr. Hartgrave, and I've got something really cool to show you. This just kind of came past my desk, and I put in an order for it, and I want to show it to you. I want to show it to you so bad. I did extra production on here. I got a camera up above my desk so I can show this to you properly. Now, what this is a card game, much like Magic the Gathering, except it's branded with AEW. So I figured that the people on my live stream right now tonight and you people on YouTube would really like to see this. If you want to see more cool stuff like this, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and after you're done watching this video, go watch another video. It helps tell YouTube that you really like seeing my content, and I really like making it for you, so thank you for your support. All right, let's open this up and have a look at this. Now, if you don't know what the Versus system is, this has been around for like 20 years now, and they've had all different kinds of branding on this. They've had DC Comics branding for the Versus system, Marvel Comics branding for the Versus system, Aliens. Pretty much, if you can think of the IP, they've done a card game around it, and it's all based on the same rules. So if you played a Versus system game before, then you're going to be able to pick this up pretty quickly, and it's a pretty easy system. It's one of the better card games. I don't want to say it's as good as Magic the Gathering, but it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. It works pretty well. And it's usually based around having characters and locations, and they interact, and it's a one player versus two player game. Now, what about this sets it apart from Magic is that this is not a collectible card game. There is nothing random about this. You don't need to buy a bunch of booster packs. You don't need to luck out and hopefully there's a rare MJF in here that'll help me beat my friends. No, this is I forget what the term is for it. Hopefully it's on the back. Please tell me. No, they're not going to help me out with this. What it is it's all the cards that are available are in this pack. They might release expansions, like maybe they'll release a Blood and Guts expansion. Maybe they'll release a Ring of Honor expansion, something like that. But there's no randomness. All the cards that are available are in this pack. And I'm sure somebody down in the comments below has told me what they call that. It's a 2PCG. It's not a collectible card game. Maybe my chat can help me out. I don't know. My chat ain't going to help me out. They don't know what the hell I'm doing tonight. They've been staring at me blankly the whole time I've been setting this up. All right, so that's everything that's in the box. You have a rule book. You have some special counters. These are actually the same counters that you normally get in the Versus system. Those are very standard for me. I've seen those before. And the rules of the Versus system are pretty straightforward. It's a pretty straightforward system. It's not as complicated as some of the games you're going to find out there. Probably somewhat, definitely a little more complicated than, a card game you would learn when you were a child, as opposed to, like competitive Magic. It's not going to get that crazy because there's a limited amount of cards. It doesn't go on for years and years and years. And let's check out these cards. Let me go ahead and unbox this. Now, if you're interested in a more in-depth review of this game, which I'm going to do at some point, but I have to learn the game. I have to play the game. It's going to take me a minute to do that. And once I have my full thoughts together on this and how it stacks up against other Versus games, how it stacks up against like Magic the Gathering or other card games, other games out there in general, then I'm going to bring that to this channel as well. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. But today, what we're going to be doing is just kind of looking through this, because if you go to buy this, it's not going to tell you very much about what's actually in the box. And I think it looks like I'm going to have to zoom down a little bit because it's really hard to see the card detail from having my camera so far up in the sky. So let's go ahead and just zoom this down a little bit. Let me see. This is the first time I set this up, so I'm not the best at using this. Yeah, there we go. We're getting it nice and close now. Looking good, looking good. That's a good zoom. Okay, so now you can see the cards a little bit better. 2 decks of cards. So you and whoever you're playing, this is a 2-player game. So each of you are going to design your own deck in here, picking the wrestlers that you want, and then playing competitively against each other. As far as I know, there's no competitive game modes. There's no way to play with more than 2 players. This is a 2-player card game. Everything you need to be able to play the full game with 2 players is in this box. It retails for about $40. I believe people were saying in my chat. I believe that's what I bought it for, was about $40. And yeah, here's a better view of the rule book and the counters. So here's Adam Page. All right, that's pretty good. Yeah. There we go. All right, now we're really showing it off. Now, each card is going to have like a health. It's going to have attack and defense levels. They each have extra power here. And I like how close we're getting, because if you know what the versus system is, you can start to get a feel for what kind of flavor this card game is going to have from looking at this. So I think that's good. It looks like we're going to have different factions up here at the top. That's going to matter when you put together decks. And then, you have like evolved versions. So kind of like Pokemon, your wrestlers can power up. So you got Adam Page regular here, and then you have the powered up version of Adam Page as well, who gets stronger. You can see he's like a 3-4. That's 3 attack, 4 defense. And then if he powers up, he goes up to a 6-7. I'm kind of curious where they have the wrestlers on power levels. That kind of intrigues me. So Adam Page is a 3-4. Chris Jericho is a 3-5. I also wanted to see what kind of, what era of AEW we're in. Like if you look at the box for this, let me go ahead and pull over this box. You can kind of see which era of AEW we're at. The point where we have Keith Lee in here. We have Bryan Danielson. So it looks like we're at least in 2021. I think that's where this is going to date the roster. But let's see more about who's in the cards here. So Adam Page, Chris Jericho. Oh, this is champion Adam Page. So when this was developed, Adam Page was the champion. That's very telling about which era of AEW we're looking at. So here's Chris Jericho and powered up Chris Jericho. Jon Moxley's in here. Now, Jon Moxley has the belt too, so I don't know how many. It might not be that telling that Adam Page had the belt, because we're looking at multiple champions. But okay, here's Jon Moxley as champion. And then the powered up Jon Moxley. Darby Allin's in here. That's great. I'm wondering if there's going to be any notable exclusions on characters in here. Darby Allin powered up is incredibly strong. He has an 8 attack power. Is he the strongest attack? Yeah, powered up Darby Allin is stronger than powered up Jon Moxley. I don't know what sense that makes, guys. That one's kind of hard to understand, but okay, I guess so. Chris Statlander's in here. Powered up Chris Statlander. Thunder Rosa is in here, and we have champion Thunder Rosa, and Thunder Rosa's in here at all, so that kind of dates it as well. Oh, I like powered up Thunder Rosa with her Mexican kind of headrest situation she has there. That looks really, really cool. Sting is in here. Wow, they gave Sting a 0 attack power. Okay, weird choice. Oh, these are minion cards. Okay, so the way Versus works is you have like main characters, and they get to power up, and then you have minion cards. So these are like your creatures that you pull out. So it's kind of like planeswalkers. Like if you're familiar with Magic the Gathering, these are kind of your planeswalkers, and then these are kind of like your weak summoned creatures. Okay, so Sting is a summoned creature, and these you can have multiple copies of in your deck, right? I believe up to 4. So that's why there's 4 Stings in there. Hikaru Shida. Man, it's kind of weird making Hikaru Shida a lesser character and not like a main character with her championship record. But okay, we have Not Evil Luchasaurus, so it's not up to date. So we definitely have room here to release a new expansion that would be more up to date. There's just doubles of them. Danhausen's in here. So if you're wondering if Danhausen makes an appearance, yes, there is a Danhausen card, and I'm very excited to see that Danhausen's in here. He's one of my favorites. You might have been able to tell just by looking around that that was the case. Penta El Zero Mito is in here. That's awesome. Claudio Castagnoli is in here. Very, very cool. Eddie Kingston. Very excited about that. Jungle Boy, of course, not evil Jungle Boy. Not Hollywood Jack Perry. Regular straight up Jack Perry. Sammy Guevara as double champion, actually, is in here. So it's a really small snapshot of the AEW roster, like a very specific time in AEW history that we've gathered here. And it doesn't seem like it seems like it's a very narrow slice of AEW history, like right around I'm almost thinking 2022 at this point from looking through this. Samoa Joe is in here. Very cool. Orange Cassidy. Keith Lee, which we saw in the box, so I'm glad that he's included. Hey, you got Keith Lee in this card game before he's DLC in AEW Fight Forever. Go imagine. All right, there he is. And then what you have also, so those are the minion cards, right? Like the lesser characters. And then you also have like special modifier cards that power up your wrestlers or let you do special things. And here is Dynamite Plot Twist. So these are called Plot Twist cards. Elevation. They seem to be named after some of the shows. Pop is one of the cards. And we have Daniel Garcia running the ROH championship there, which is interesting. And then this is funny. So these are the locations. These are like your mana in Magic, but not quite as powerful. Like you don't need to play locations to win, but it can help. You can tap. You can play down minion cards and tap those for energy, or you can play down locations and tap those for energy. And they usually give your main characters extra powers by playing them. And we have the right tunnel. That is hilarious. So the right tunnel, there's a power up ladder match and lights out match. So special match types. Okay, as special items, we have the AEW World Championship belt and table. We got to bring out the tables. And actually, this is a great moment. They have the moment where they put the practical jokers through the table. Wow, what a weird reference to have in the card game. Out of all the time people went through the tables, they picked the time that they put some guys from cable TV through the tables. I don't understand that decision. That's a really weird choice. Maybe it was just a cool picture. Okay, they have the Revolution set as a location. They have Full Gear. It looks like they have the pay-per-views have made an appearance here as the different locations, All Out and Double or Nothing. All right, so that is the one deck. All of the cards from that, the items, the plot twists, the locations, the minions, and the main characters. So that should give you a good idea of what's included in this game and what era of AEW we're actually looking at. Let's go ahead and look at the second deck. And then remember, you're going to make 2 decks out of this. One for you, one for a friend. Got to have IRL friends for this. I know, bummer, right? All right, Adam Cole, both regular and powered up. Bryan Danielson, regular and powered up. There he is actually kicking someone's effing head in, which is nice. Britt Baker. We got the belt on Britt Baker, so that's weird. We have the old belt on Britt. I don't know why they use such an old picture of Britt Baker when we have like new pictures. I got to check this real fast. So we have the old belt on Britt Baker. Which belt do we have on Thunder Rosa? That would be the new belt, right? I'm just very surprised they use such an old... Yeah, she has the new belt. So Thunder Rosa has the new belt and Britt Baker has the old belt. I don't know, man. This must have been made like right at the time, right when Thunder Rosa won the world championship. Yeah, because it wasn't very long, right? She had the world championship for like a minute and then she got injured and she hasn't been back. So they must have made this when they were thinking that Thunder Rosa was going to be a part of the roster for a very long time, and probably right at the time where Britt Baker lost the championship and they updated it. Really weird. All right, Jade Cargill's in here as champ. That track, she only recently lost it. Malachi Black made it in here, but I don't think the House of Black is going to be in here. I'd be very surprised to see the House of Black, but it's very cool that Malachi Black made it in. MJF is in here, and looks like it's during his feud with Moxley when this was captured. Powered up MJF, and now we're on to the minions here. We have Hook, and it looks like, let me see the factions. So these are all like red boot. There's a red boot up at the top here. That means they all kind of go together. Yeah, those are all red boots. So that's like one faction are the red boots, and then we have like the blue mask. That's the other faction. So I don't believe these are meant to be mixed and matched. I believe this is very much the 2 decks that we're looking at, and then you probably customize from here, remove some characters. But so these guys are all designed to go together. Adam Page, Chris Jericho, Jon Moxley, Darby Allin. This kind of looks like a good guy face deck. And then I assume that this is the heels. Yeah, I guess that's maybe that's why it's a red shoe to indicate heel. Kind of lame. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of lame. And we have Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson, Britt Baker, Jade Cargill, Malachi Black, and MJF. Not the lineup I would have went with for heels in AEW. That's a little weird. I don't know. I'm sure down in the comments you can let me know who should be in there. Some stuff ain't tracking right for me. I mean, they're definitely like the biggest stars, but they're not all the biggest bad guys. I mean, like, yeah, MJF, he's going to be at the top of your deck as far as heels go. But Malachi Black, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's a heel. All right, any case, let's move. And then, yeah, you have Hook in this deck. Why aren't Hook and Danhausen in the same deck? Why is Hook being portrayed as a heel? I don't think that was ever the case. He's been face since day one. Nyla Rose, that's fine. That's a heel. Now I'm getting really just like hung up on who's a heel and who's a face. Matt Hardy's in here. I don't know about Jeff Hardy. Are we going to get Jeff Hardy? That's weird because Jeff Hardy's never been a heel in the company either. He's barely been in the company, but he hasn't been a heel. El Idolo is in here. Andrade El Idolo is in here. Ethan Page. Sure, this all tracks. Ricky Starks. Yeah, guys, believe it or not, Ricky Starks is a heel. He keeps telling you that, but you keep not listening to it, but it is true. Heel. Matt Jackson is in here. What? Oh, yeah, I guess the Young Bucks are technically heels. Nick Jackson. But it's just really weird for them to... Is Kenny Omega not in here? Hold up. Just like, where's the record scratch sound? Like, wait. Literally, you made an AEW card game without Kenny Omega. You literally did not put Kenny Omega. I didn't miss that, did I? You literally, there's no Kenny Omega. Do I stop the video right now? Is that the end of the video? Does anyone want to buy this anymore? Like, he's on the box, guys. Did you think maybe you should put Kenny Omega? Look, Upper Deck, if you're watching this, I need you to immediately recall this product, or anyone who bought it needs to be sent a Kenny Omega. I do not understand how you can make an AEW card game and not have Kenny Omega be a part of it. Like, I'm like done right now. I'm ready to walk away on this game. I am so confused. Like, I don't even know. I'm like stun locked right now. I'm dead inside. I don't know. Who else are we missing? I think there's some other notable omissions here. I didn't see Best Friends. All right, Scorpio Sky. I didn't see Dark Order. Lance Archer. I'm getting annoyed. I'm like honestly way too annoyed than I should be at this. But I am actually kind of annoyed. Miro is in here. You got the Young Bucks, no Kenny Omega, man. You got peanut butter, no jelly. You got Kool-Aid, you got no sugar. What do you have? Two things that match. You ain't got nothing that matches. Here's Kenny Omega. All right, sorry. Kenny Omega is here. Okay, he's a minion. You have a minion version of Kenny Omega. He did make, I mean, all right, you can't get Kenny Omega in the Young Bucks, but we have heel Omega. I guess it was it's like someone made this card game who watched like one episode of Dynamite before they made this card game. Stay tuned for the full review of this. I'll let you know if this thing feels like AEW wrestling at all at this point, but I don't know what's going on here, guys. What a weird... I mean, do you have Don Callis in here? Wardlow. When was Wardlow? I guess Wardlow was a heel, but not at this point. I don't know, man. This is such a narrow view of AEW wrestling. So weird. All right, we have a dark plot twist. We have Heat as a plot twist. Rampage plot twist. We have the left tunnel. Okay, I guess that's kind of coy. These are the left tunnel. The left tunnel's the bad guys. The right tunnel's the good guys. You got Keith Lee, but no Swerve. Yeah, there's a good one. Yeah, how do you... Swerve was definitely in the company. I don't know. I guess it was before they teamed up. I don't know what's going on. Steel cage match is in here. Texas death match is in here. The chair as an item is in here. You got Christian. I think this is the only place that Christian appears is on the chair card. We don't have Christian as a character. Barbed wire baseball bats looking pretty good. Here's the pay-per-views again. Full Gear. All Out. Double or Nothing. Okay, well, there it is, guys. There's my unboxing of this game. I gotta say, I'm still excited to play this. I don't want to be too down on this until I actually play it. I'm glad that they did actually find out that I'm glad they figured out how to put Kenny Omega in the game, at least somehow. But there it is. You let me know what you think. Maybe you're going to wait for my full review. Maybe you've already seen enough to buy it now. Hopefully you've seen enough of this video to know you'd like to watch another Mr. Hartgrave video. There's a lot of other great videos on this channel, so make sure you check them out. And grave diggers, keep digging.